What is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Real and the Rare. I am your host, as always, Stephen Rochelle, being joined by the man to the right of me, Mr. Andrew Drew Nolen, getting ready for another big BKFC fight coming up. Mr. Hardbody, how are we feeling this evening, my friend?
Feeling great. How you feeling, Steven? Good to be here, man. Good to be here with Ragnar, my guy.
Did you say Ragnar like as in Vikings Ragnar?
Yeah. Ragnar Lothbrok. Yeah. That's my guy.
There you go. There you go.
My best friend right here.
Goes
with me everywhere. Some of you guys may have seen him sometimes, But yeah, he and the rest of the A team go with me wherever I go. My family rock and rolls with me.
Well, I mean,
so,
how you got? Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, how you doing, Steven? How you doing, brother?
That's where I wanted to go. I was gonna touch on, like, obviously you are in the woods. You're in the woods right now. Like, let's give a.
oh yeah, man. Yeah. Not quite. UP.
Get a little look at what we're doing.
Right, you want? Here, let me see if I can. Everything you see, though, like, we own, man. Everything you see.
There you go, brother. That's how you do it, right?
This is the other side that we haven't done anything to yet. We got, like, the camper and the little barn that we got built up for the ducks, the chickens. Hoping to get some goats here pretty soon. Cats, few dogs, and 4 beautiful children, my wife and I. But it's beautiful here. We're very, very, very blessed, man. I said usually I do it away because, like, whoever's Ragnar, don't be rude, man. So it's like for everyone who doesn't know, like, we live completely off grid, like batteries, rainwater, like it's like hardcore, like, survival, like, but fun. This is life. This is what, like, I get my hands dirty. I plant seeds every single day, man. I'm sowing it, man. We live in it. We're blessed. We're very blessed.
Very few people one can be able to live that type of life, and 2 want to live that life. So I definitely tip my proverbial cap off to you for being one, to be able to do it, and 2, just to have. Most people are so stuck into what
It's the Matrix, man. The Matrix. Everybody's in the Matrix, all deep in this programming of what we should have, could have, or need, but we don't need any of the shit that they come out with every year. Every like 1,000 freaking dealerships, but everybody's got a new car every year. I don't know. That's stupid, man. I'm trying to get horses, man. I'm trying to get horses and travel with them, man. Like this, I don't know. I'm different, man. I'm a little different, like my family and we experience life a very different way, but we go all over the place. Like we have traveled all over, the East Coast in the country, travel Miami back, we're from New York, but we've been out here for 2 years now. Michigan is so beautiful, so rewarding. I have a lot of great neighbors that I learned from, that teach me different skills here that are so practical. And like I said, I'm blessed every day, man. I'm part of the top organization in the world, the bare knuckle organization in the world, BKFC. Right now they got me 16th in the USA, which with a 1-2 record means I'm undefeated at 185 pounds. I didn't know if you knew that. My last fight was not at 185 pounds. At 205, dare to be great. Step up, fight Leo Brashear, and I was humbled, and I was stopped, dude. And I've been chewing on that for a while, man. I need to get back in the win column right now. I would imagine that going against Joseph Peters here, that I'll be the favorite. If I'm not the favorite, I'll definitely damn sure beat the favorite out of him. But no ego involved. I don't know if you know anything about my opponent. He's a New England guy coming from the New England circuit. He's done some MMA over there. He's done some kickboxing, at least one kickboxing, a few boxing. But He's about an under 500 fighter in combat sports as well. I think ending his amateur career with like a 4-5, but he's been a pretty game dude, man. I watched him. I like it. You know, he's not really able to finish anybody like to knock him out, but like, you know, he's making a transition, and anybody can win on any given night. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited though. Like. My hope is this is his first and last fight, and I put an exclamation on my career, and get a nice payday in the process, because you know I'm out here doing different things. You know, it's like somebody like Chael Sonnen says, you know, it's not the ultimate running championship, it's not the, you know, the ultimate CrossFit or the ultimate like this. It's all, you know, it's bare knuckle fighting championship. For 2 minutes, you're blitz line, and a lot of these guys, I salute all the gyms that I've been able to work with. It's so much different, and I'm able to feel the tempo of an MMA fighter and a boxer, and they just move. They move at just different pace, and putting it together in bare knuckle is just such poetry. So I think I'll have the advantage, and I think that you know, it's going to get off to a fast start. You know, nobody's going in. Like, I know he's not showing up to lay down. I expect him to fight, but I'm hungry, bro. I'm going to put him down in the first round. Like, it's going to happen. He's going to go down in the first round. See if he stays down. We'll find out. Like, that's what's going to happen.
I love the confidence, man, and you know, you touched on a few things right there, like going up, you know, testing yourself, going up to light heavyweight, you know, taking a fight up there. Now you're fighting at 85. Do you feel that's kind of where you're supposed to be? Is fighting at middleweight?
Absolutely. Like, I naturally walk around about 203 pounds. Like, so it's like, you know, to fight 205, it's like I have to gain a couple bit. And it's like, even the bit that I'm gaining is not necessarily healthy weight that I'm holding on, because, you know, when I got to cut that weight, it makes me work very hard. You know, it makes me work very hard. It chops that off. And then when I gain that back, I still have that cushion there. I still have this. I call myself hard body, and I think a lot of people like take it in a vanity thing, or you got to be sculpted or some shit. I take it as, you can hit me in the body all day, and you're not gonna fucking drop me. You're not gonna drop me. That's why it's hard body, man. Like, absorbing, man. I appreciate my body type. I know how much I need to fluctuate to get to where I need at my maximum potential. You know, and I believe that 185 is it when I walk around, you know, about 200 pounds. Right now, my cut's going swimmingly. You know, right now I'm walking around about 197. So
now,
it's,
see,
you know,
you're touching on a few things that I always have to talk about. I was talking about it a few weeks ago with Lauren Murphy. Rapid extreme weight cutting is kind of a big. I think the biggest problem that we have in combat sports. Everyone wants to say steroids. I think we've gone past that being a dangerous part in combat sports. I mean, look,
yeah.
I don't know. Like you said, you're off the grid sometimes. I don't know if you seen what happened last night with Macy Barber. This is how she looked at freaking weigh-ins yesterday, right? 2 days ago. Last night,
what she pull off of her?
Huh?
Did it get a record of how much she pulled off?
They didn't. I don't think anyone's gotten a chance to ask her, but literally, she was the main event, one of the main event fighters. Aaron Blanchfield already was getting ready to walk out. They canceled the fight. Macy had a seizure and had to be taken to the hospital.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, they played the promo. My that's horrible. I hope she's all right. I did hear about that. I apologize.
We have to talk about this. Like, listen, like, male, female, whatever. Like,
do you think it's because of the weight cut? You think it's the weight cut that she did?
I think that's my
seizure you're talking about. Yes.
Like, obviously, I'm not privy to, her medical history, how much weight she cut, things of that nature. But to see how she looked at before weigh-ins, and that she was wobbling then, but when she weighed in,
see, I think
she still missed
when you gotta like go in there, you've already drained your body, and you still gotta give like 5 or 6 pounds after you drain your body of like what naturally your fluctuate could be. Then I think that's where it gets dangerous. Mm-hmm. You know, if you understand and you have I wrestled in school. I've cut weight like for so many times. I understand like what I walk at, what my weight's at, what I can fluctuate comfortably to where I'm not overstimulated. I done it too, man. I don't know if you ever knew this or see any history of mine, but I fought at 155 when I was younger, man. Which is funny because when I started my professional career, I fought at heavyweight. Ain't that some stuff?
You fought almost the whole scale, right? when you first started
Well,
getting lightweight, and now you've been as high up as heavyweight, and now you're.
I will never go down like to 65 or below 65. I think maybe as a morbid curiosity, if I keep playing the game and if they like introduce something of that nature, that might be something. 75 is open, like very very like open, but like 85 is where I need to be comfortably. I'm a shorter guy and all those guys are bigger, and I think like some of them not so much, but I would say for the majority of them, I don't think that they're built to go speed. I don't think they're built to go fast paced rounds. They're built to like throw heavy and pace themselves, especially the MMA guy, And I like to make it go faster. I like to go, this is 100 miles per hour. I'm gonna blitz and blow my entire load, trying to give everything I get. Everything I got 100%, man. Because everybody came there to see a fight, not a chess match of so like that's the difference of bare knuckle and boxing, and that's the difference between bare knuckle and MMA. Like you're there to watch two men or two women, respectfully, to split each other fucking open with their bare fists, man. And you got 2 minutes to work. You have 2 minutes to work, so you better get to work. You're also not given a corner. You don't have any place to meet. You're within striking distance in this. So now you choose to swing and step forward, or you choose to move backwards in a retreat. And my game is gas pedal all the time. Move forward.
I love
I'm hungry right now. I've been working hard. I really have. I've been out of a couple different gyms. I've had a couple different looks for sparring partners and weights. Super, super, super grateful for all the rounds that I've been getting, man. Like I've been working hard, and I could see a lot of great development in myself.
Now, you touched on like I said, when you were doing our first few minutes here, you touched on a few things here. The difference, man, the difference between most of combat sports, boxing, MMA, and bare knuckle. What are you finding that is kind of the biggest difference between training for bare knuckle compared to the rest of the combat sports?
I think that training for bare knuckle is similar to Muay Thai than it is to a boxing or an MMA. You are very, very snap to, very fast, very for precision striking and fast striking. But to say like America's, this is still very as old as it is and as timeless as it is, back to the John Sullivan days, or the Butcher Poole, William Poole, like back to those days. Like this is still today a very new sport in the way that we're doing. People are still developing. There's pioneers like Reggie Barnett, Educated Hands. There's guys out there that are doing and forming different styles to it and creating and involving the sport to a whole nother realm. Tony Loco Soto, like these guys are doing things. So I feel that it is a whole new environment, man. You have to get a little bit of a flavor here. You got to get a little bit of a flavor here. You got to get it. You sprinkle that sundae up, and you make it make sense. And you gotta just compile your pieces and all the things that and you put it in 2 dimensions. Move forward, and you fucking throw.
Yeah, man. I think that's why I think I've been saying this a lot on here, and I think it's a lot of reasons why you see the combat sports athletes flow into something like a bare knuckle. I think boxing is also kind of getting a new breath of fresh air building into that as well. But when you look at it at combat sports as a whole, you can consume it in so many different ways now, where it was 20 years ago, it was pay-per-view. It was on, there was only 1 or 2 places you could do it. And I think streaming is a big part of that. Why I think you guys have
everywhere.
Yeah.
but it's not just bare knuckle. Every combat sport and everything has the opportunity to do streaming now. Music, everything is evolved, everything has changed. But bare knuckle is standing out because of the pace of it and because of the relatability. Anybody could say that I know somebody or themselves that have been in a fist fight before, that have come fist to blows. Any bloke in a or a pub, any hardcore scene, like anything, as simple as getting into a parking dispute, like these guys relate it, and we are, Mr. Everybody out there, like we are you staring back at you in a sense, opposed to like with a UFC or a boxing, the emphasis is so hardcore, bought with the money, man. I don't want to like this. Obviously, everybody knows what boxing is and what the money is there, and like how you got X amount of guys that are all 10-0, but come on. Like sometimes the 10-0 isn't as good as that 2-7, and we all understand that. I think that just the world is just so saturated. It's saturated. It doesn't make as much sense. They're the pure form of combat. I don't know why. You probably could try to do a lot of defense, but there's not much defense. It's more offense than defense. It's movement for sure. It's a dance. What, bud? I know you don't like when I get excited and I'm getting everybody else going on, bud. You're all right. It's my guy. He's always there, always on my attention. But that's my guy. He's always got my 6. It's okay. All right. But it's a very blitz sport, and it's a very you can hit a person a couple times with a boxing glove. Boxing glove is meant to protect your hand, not necessarily the person's head. And it's like, you go around and you're getting rattled and rattled and rattled and rattled. Whereas here, you're going blitz and someone's going to go night-night. Someone's going to get split, and it's going to be over sooner than later. You got a finish rate in BKFC for a reason. Like, not many of the fights are going to the distance, and that's good. That's what people want to see. People want to see engagement. They want to see fighters like Arturo Gatti go out there and wear it on their chest and know that when they go to this fight, they're getting their money's worth, that this person's going to fight and not check them and point fight to the end just to try to catch that W, just to outskill them. Because they feel that, like, the politics wrap around it, man. This is the purest form, man, and I love it. We live for it. We breathe for it. So many, before us, so many after us. I'm so blessed to be on the stage that I'm on. I live in the here and now. I'm very present in myself. I'm very humble in myself. I'm very grateful for everything happening. I just had another child. Blessed that, we're happy, right, man?
You sent me a photo as you were having it. Brand new dad.
Yeah, man.
What's that feeling like, brother? Obviously,
dude,
it gives you another thing to fight for in a few weeks. But like,
I always wanted to have a big family, so this is my 5th child, and Aldous Caesar Meridius. This is just incredible. Like, nothing eclipses the feeling of being a father. And like, I know it sounds campy or played out, but it's truly, I feel complete, fulfilled in every facet. I know that I'm always a winner. I know that I'm always a provider. I know that I'm always there and caring and protecting and guiding my family in every possible way that I can. We all make mistakes upon the road, but like the point of it is stick by yours and understand. Don't you ever open another door. Stay true to yours, and yours will stay true to you. I'm so blessed, my friend.
Yeah, that's all you can really ask for is to be blessed, to have that opportunity to just enjoy where you are in life, and not let the outside noise sway you or make you feel down on yourself. It's one of the things. And getting into the next part, it's mental health awareness month in the month of June, man. So we always need to look out for our friends and family members, not just the the month of June, but in general, because not a lot of people like to admit they need help or they need someone to talk to. So I always like to kind of talk about this, especially to our combat sports athletes.
I appreciate it. I'm definitely more to the times of like always, keep it to myself and things of that nature, and keep it internal or try to channel it, healthy. But you're absolutely right. Like everybody needs an outlet. Everybody needs, a friend and somebody to listen, pay attention, and just to recognize, you're existing and moving forward in this crazy thing that we call, the world. Like everybody wants to be wanted. Everybody wants to be loved. That's human nature. Human nature is also to destroy, maim, and kill too.
Yeah, and human nature and all
It's
this crazy
bittersweet.
stuff that's going on. And like you said, yeah, I know you're not in tune and everything. Have you seen what's been going on with BJ Penn, man?
So I seen like a picture like of him in handcuffs. Yeah, I did not know what's going on. What's going on with him right
So
now?
basically, what's going on is, I know he had been running, for some type of political position in Hawaii, about a year or two ago, was on Joe Rogan's podcast. What didn't seem like he was too off, but like over the last 6 months to a year, he's been making comments like his family members have been kidnapped and they've been replaced with these people that are not his family members. From reading from some of the reports, he was arrested 3 times in the last 6 days. One of the ones while you're talking about, like you see the photo of him sitting there in handcuffs, is uh, listening to some of the stuff. Like they were asking where his money was. I'm like, what does that have anything to do with his being arrested for some type of emotional disturbance or anything like that? So I'm not
Dude,
sure. I think in between somewhere is what he's saying is the truth, but I also
I'm
think
not qual.
he's having some issues going on.
I'm not qualified to speak
Right.
about someone that I don't know.
Yeah.
And, I feel like, at times, like everybody has always gotten swept up into this. My heart goes out to him. He was, a great inspiration to me when I was younger. I hope, like who knows? This world's a crazy place. What if the validity of his words were true? What if it
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's
like
some of
say
the
like
stuff that's going on. You're just like, it's weird how some of the stuff is going on and some of the stuff he's saying. And
you know, there's 100% way to never worry about anything. Grow your own food, raise your own animals, man. Homeschool your children, like do your own thing, man. Like I, I'm not like against a collective society. I'm not against capitalism. I'm not against any isms. I'm all for peace, man, and making the best out of your life and your mind. And you got to separate. Like if commercialism and capitalism can squeeze every friggin' penny out of you from the pharmaceutical industry, from the medical industry, from your insurances, from every which angle, from your taxes, from everything in, man, find every loophole you could possibly find to get yourself a little bit more free, man. You know,
yeah, man, I
just
definitely
like
agree there. Like, there's not a whole lot
live
I need. I
like
mean, obviously, you're sitting there doing this interview. You're enjoying nature. You're sitting there in the woods with man's best friend. And you couldn't ask for for a better situation right now, right? So you're living proof of it, my friend.
dude, everybody needs to understand life is whatever we make of it. We project what we get, like we think our thoughts, our speech, our patterns, everything we say about ourselves, everything everybody else says about us, everything we surround ourselves with actually means something, like I walk through my woods barefoot every day, man. Like I get up every day, I touch the elements. I do yoga. I do my physical workouts. I do my sparring rounds. I do everything I need to do, man. But the most important thing is always staying grounded, like keeping your mind present in today, not yesterday. Don't forget it. That builds you and makes you who you are. But
Yep.
and not tomorrow. Like it'll come, and it'll be today. But just be patient for it. Like understand that each day is a blessing, and you got to make the most out of every day, man. I don't know, like I know I'm like sounding crazy, hippy dippy ish, man. But violence is a beautiful thing.
I don't like.
Violence is
Listen,
a
I don't
beautiful
knock
thing.
out anybody
Controlled.
to go live their life, nor will I tell anyone how to go about living their life. I think we should all be take a little piece from everything, from every experience you get, from whatever people are around you or not around you, whatever. Try to retain as much information that you can and live life the best way you know how to.
Dude, everything will gravitate towards you if you're supposed to. If you project and you want it, it'll gravitate towards you. Like you put out good vibrations, it will come back. It will come back.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm
yeah,
trying
man.
to live not the easiest thing to do, especially with some of the stuff that I have going on in my life. I just try to make the best out of whatever situation.
Where are you from, Steven?
Philly.
Where are you from?
I'm in Philly. I'm in
okay.
I'm in like the far northeast Philly, basically the farthest away from the city as you can get while still being in the city.
So it's always sunny there, right?
For the most part, it's been raining a lot.
So always sunny in Philadelphia, right?
The rain. Been feeling like
always sunny in Philadelphia.
But
all right. Are you? Obviously, you're an Eagles fan, and you're related right now.
Yeah,
so that's what's up.
We're definitely enjoying that part of it. I've been telling my son, what's your team there?
Can you tell?
Green Bay. Oh man, me and you got some beef
hey,
right now,
it's so weird. I'm from New York, right? I live in Michigan, but I'm a hardcore Packers fan, and I mean it, bro. I'm a hardcore Packers fan. I couldn't live in Wisconsin. That's just not my cup of tea. Michigan is a beautiful place, especially northern.
Right? So I've seen this one come across the other day. Do you think Bart Starr does not get the love he deserves as being one of the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks of all time?
He
played hurt.
I think maybe me as a Packers fan, I never thought that, to be honest with you. I always he's Bart Starr, so it's like this, and it's the same conversation we could say, well, we don't get any credit for all the championships we won before the creation of the merger of the Super Bowl of the AFL and NFL. Come on, man.
I get that a lot. Like we have to deal with Dallas fans because they're so obnoxious.
So
but they're like, oh, you only won you only won 2 Super Bowls. You don't realize there was championships before the Super Bowl existed, right?
Right. So, but to me, man, it's like, as a Packers fan, you don't even care. It's like, it's kind of like it goes in one ear out the other. Like your team, like lineage, and like the history, and it's something so beautiful, like all the way through. And like, dude, from Star, Mikowski, Favre, Aaron, Seneca Wallace, we got some guys out there. Jordan Love is the truth, man. We love, man. The season of love. I always knew that, like, him sitting behind Aaron, the same formula they did for Brett, it was going to be great, man. I see some things, and I don't know if I'm getting like punked, but like they keep saying, like, with each team, like all these like ex-players are coming back as like coaching staff. Is that true, man? Like you got like Troy Polamalu coming back to the Steelers. You got Brett Favre coming back, Aaron coming back.
I don't know if Brett's coming back. I'm not sure what his situation is as far as coaching goes, but both Michael Vick, who was an Eagle Falcon, he's now a head coach in college. Deshaun Jackson,
in college for sure.
Who was a big electrifying Eagle. He's actually head coach.
Wide receiver, yeah.
George is now a head coach. Deion Sanders is now a head
coach. He won that. Deshaun Jackson was in that not this last Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl before that, right?
No, he actually retired right before the Eagles started making that Super Bowl run, right as like they were building this team up that they are currently constructed with. He retired.
Dude, you guys have
one season with our quarterback and Jalen Hurts, but he's now a college head coach, and He's working on trying to get one of his games in Lincoln Financial Field, and I think
that'd be
they're
dope.
trying to have
That would be dope.
Michael Vick versus Deshaun Jackson at the link, but I think they're trying to work out the schedule.
So Deshaun Jackson is obviously he's still a receiver, right?
No, he's the coach now. He's a college coach.
Oh, I thought you meant like they were going to do some like fantasy, like get a game at the link.
No,
you're saying that they're doing the college game.
And Deshaun Jackson are head coaches. We are that old now, my friend.
for Pennsylvania programs?
No, neither. I think Vic is like Norfolk State, and I think Deshaun Jackson's is one of these ones in like Delaware. So they're trying to get one of their games to be at the. They ain't stupid. They're like, listen, we'll give up a home game, whatever. Let us go play the game in the league.
Yeah.
They'll sell it out.
That's dope.
They'll sell it out. Just because it's who they are.
That's cool.
They just had a signing here in Philadelphia like last weekend. Him, it was Deshaun, Michael Vick, Allen Iverson, and Donald McNabb were
Hey, that's my dude, man. Allen Iverson.
Yeah, one of the greats that never won a championship, man.
Him and like Vince Carter, man. Vince Carter was my dude.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
Got to watch him all the way.
I used to watch it. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is with some of these sports. They don't. You used to love basketball night. Now it's like there's nobody like outside of
it's football now.
LaFlop James and Steph Curry and guys like that. There's not a whole lot of guys to root for. Like in the Michael Jordan era, there were so many guys to root for. There was Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller and Larry Johnson.
I mean, there's still a lot of tremendous athletes in the league. I think that like just everybody went to like start gravitating towards like putting their intent like the 90s and that time was very, very much so a Michael Jordan time. Like, everything was wrapped around the NBA conference in the finals, like it was a very big deal at that time. And then I remember you had the dream. You remember the dream team and the Olympic dream team?
I remember that. But see, here's the thing. Here's my thing. Why that era was he linked the each side of the country. You got to remember, Larry Bird is the East Coast, right? Then you had Magic Johnson out there in the West Coast. You had Michael Jordan there in like the Central America.
The middle, and then boom, you had the three.
Yeah,
Titans.
And I think that's what the problem they're having. They have him on one side or the other. You don't have it.
That started when LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh came together on that big three. As soon as that happened, everybody threw the book out the window and everybody went for all-star teams.
I agree. I think that they have that's why I'm actually excited about this year's NBA Finals. There's no LeBron James. There's no Steph Curry. You got basically Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers, and then you have the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got two teams who have never won NBA Finals. I mean, if you want to count Oklahoma City versus Seattle, but you have two teams that have never won an NBA championship. How can you not get behind
it? It's exciting, man. It's exciting stuff, man.
But then you get on social media. It was like, is anyone even excited for this? I'm like, how can you not be? How can you not be? You have no interest, no big superstars. You're going to see a superstar created through this NBA Finals. How can you not be excited for that if you're truly a basketball fan?
Trolls got to troll, man. Trolls got to troll, man. A troll's got to troll.
They do, my friend.
Athletes out there, just working to get their thing, man. Like I see some people, man. It's wild, man. Like there's no one that could take my fight more seriously than I do. I mean, maybe my opponent, right? That's like this. But like the emotion that like the world of bare knuckle brings too, man, is just so electrifying and so captivating. You get some colorful characters, man, and I'm a pretty peace loving guy.
That's what I love about combat sports is like there's not a mold. There's not a single mold where you can say that's a bare knuckle. You guys, you girls are all like you all are different, have different personalities, and I think that's why people are tending to gravitate towards bare knuckle. Even more to the point, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what your promoter's doing. They're doing ice hockey fights.
You want to hear something wonderful, right? So AJ Galante, Champs Boxing. You should watch his story, Untold Story, on Netflix if you haven't. Him, Kevin Smith, those guys are doing some work over there in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Not even about 45 minutes from where I live. So I'm kind of disappointed. It's on the same day. It's on the same day as I'm fighting at the casino in Mohegan San, which is a blessing because everybody on my East Coast can come a little bit closer. It's about a 2-3 hour drive, not even that far for everybody to come see me. But I won't be able to go see that Ice Wars for the first time when they're like right there. It's cool though. That is pretty cool, man. They're gonna have that right there.
All the goofy promotions that are. I mean, you got Dana White slap fight.
He did one already. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know that AJ had done it before.
This is a reiteration for people who are tuning in and don't really know. Like Ice Wars was initially what it first came out, and they're basically reiterating, putting some of that BKFC power behind it. Now it's BKFC
right, so
Ice, obviously, and they're bringing in all kinds of athletes, things of that nature. I think it was like 2000.
Awesome.
2023 was the last time they put an event together, but it's what I love it, dude.
And now they're doing it June 14th over at the Mount Pleasant, the Soaring Eagle there.
The 28th.
That's
the 28th.
No, the 14th.
The 28th.
They're going to Canada right after to Canada.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. No, they're all great people. Like I seen Kevin Smith was involved. Dude, Kevin Smith, if you've ever met him, like one of the nicest guy behind the scenes. It's gonna be an awesome show. Like the people that they have behind it are like heart guys of BKFC. They keep the blood pumping and they keep the show moving. So I'm very excited to see this show. Like I'll probably be watching that, and there's another show. It's going to be streamed on Millions. Is a 2-piece promotion. They're they're a local MMA promotion that runs here out of Michigan as well. And they sponsor me as well, so I'll be watching them. A couple of my training partners are fighting on that show. Colin Big Pasta is going to be fighting for the 185 title too. Him and I have been putting some work together, and a lot of those guys have been putting work together. And I'm gonna be excited, man. I'm gonna be watching why I'm sitting in the locker room. I'm gonna be watching those, and then after I do my fight, it's exciting, man. I don't even Damian Feldman's putting on a card as well. He's got Bob Sapp coming in, man,
as well. Yeah. He's got who's they're coming out.
Bob Sapp.
Yeah, Bob Sapp. He just linked the deal with Bob Sapp. But that's also a cool event. Damien does a lot of fun stuff. Like I think people underestimate Damien just because it's celebrity boxing, so to speak. But he's got fight of Samuel Pace. He's going to be boxing again.
Dude, I've watched both of them, both the Feldman. Like they are definitely empire building guys, man. They are building a very strong. They built past tense. I've already built this strong foundation and this mega cult following, man. And there's just so many offshoots and clicks to it, and it's like there's so much unlimited and untapped talent and footage, man. A fan, every time I talk to a fan, they're like, I've had that on in the background all day, 24 hours. I just watched BKFC, man. It's the greatest thing, dude. It's infecting, or it's contagious, man. Once you get that bug, man, you can't stop, man. It's you take one bite of the potato chip, you're gonna eat the whole bag, man. You're gonna eat the whole bag. You're gonna want to watch it, man. You'll stay up, start watching all the Canadian cards, the UK cards.
I think
It's
that's what I love about
it's such.
combat right now. There's just so much from there's a it's just like ice cream, man. Everyone's got their own flavor they enjoy, and all of it's available. So the funny thing, like you're talking about what
For
Dave and
sure.
I remember covering Dave's MMA promotion when he was here in Philadelphia before he went down to Florida. What was it, 12 years ago when
At
he
the
was running
23?
when he was running XFE here in Philadelphia. So
Was he running it out of the 23?
I think he was doing more like the smaller casinos, but he had been working to kind of get that going. His promotion was bought out by CFFC and them guys. So him and his son were basically like stuck walking around, just doing nothing for like 2 years, waiting for their contracts to expire. As soon as he was sitting there saying to them, he's like, "Dude, I'm going to do bare knuckle stuff." I remember him talking about it. I was like, "Yeah, I can't wait for you to do that." And I was fortunate enough to be able to
Look how crazy and how big of a cult following it has really resonated with people.
Well,
Like I said,
look at the people
it's
who are also involved in it. He's got Conor McGregor involved in it. You got,
right. Look at UFC. Like, each promotion goes by eras, right? You got the Tyson era, you got the all eras before Tyson, but then you got the golden era, you got the renaissance of UFC, but then you got like from 2011 to 2016 the Conor McGregor era. Like he had his own little pocket of time, and now he's come in and become part owner and partners with the BKFC because he sees the benefit in that. I would be hard pressed to say that right now there is a more electrifying voice or charismatic personality in the fight world than Conor McGregor. So to have that on board is just, it's phenomenal, man. I'm not
that's the cherry
fanboying
on
over here.
top.
I'm just more like it's pretty cool, man. Like this card that's being headlined, you got Keckler's going to be headlining, dude. That's pretty dope. I watched quite a few of his fights, man.
And look at
Stay
the
down,
lineup
Watson.
coming up right now. I mean, obviously, you just had Clearwater and Salt Lake City and all that. Then you got
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. They're everywhere, man. Back in Hollywood, they always show out in Hollywood, man. And that Texas one, you got Dave Mundell fighting Sanchez there. That one's,
you got Kenzie
yo.
Morrison, Tommy Morrison's son's making his BKFC debut on that card. Not only that,
Hey, you know what?
You got Jessica.
I'm not huge.
Her debut on that card.
I respect it. I'm not huge in nepotism. I think that own your own stripes like this. I'm not good in this. I'm not trying to be a hater in anything, but there's a lot of guys in here putting in work, and I want to hear people start talking about Dakota Hindpine. This guy's fighting next. I want to Jack Shady Grady, hard body. That's before I hear Alex the Adorable is fighting. I don't know. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just trying to say there are guys that are building this thing, and they're on the bottom level building the bricks and putting it on their backs right now. And humble, but we're here, and I recognize my position, and I know who I am, and I'm coming to knock this motherfucker out. I Joey Peters, bro, if you're listening, man.
I can't wait for that.
I respect, dude. I respect the shit out of you coming in here, dude. This is your first bare knuckle fight, man. You got some New England. You've been over in the New England fighting there, the New England MMA scene. I'm sure that you've been over in Boston boxing. I haven't seen anything there, but I'm sure that you've hung around those scenes. You probably have followed myself. We're actually friends on social media. I have no ill words to you, man. Like personally, there's no ill will. I think that you seem like a stand-up dude, man. Everything's copacetic, but dude, it comes on the line, I will knock you the fuck out. That's just what the fuck's gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. This is how I feed my family. This is how I live my fucking life. This is not a fucking game. This is not a fucking game, bro, at all. Not a little bit. I move forward. I don't move back. I'm hungry. I like to be hit. I like that shit. That shit gets me off. 185 is my weight, not your weight. These are my lights, not your lights. The only way you get to see him is if you look up. That's a fact. Almanac fact. Look it up. Love you, man. Joey the kangaroo, right? You got a pouch? You got a pouch? Everybody's asking. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to riff to go off. But no, dude. Hey, all love, man.
Promo right there.
Dude, I like to do it. I'll break through, and if you want me to. Oh yeah, brother, Joey, I'm coming. Hardbody's coming to rip your motherfucking face off and wear it around as a mask because you are the mirror image of me, and it's me versus me, motherfucker. Yeah, BKFC Mohegan Sun, June 14th.
How can you get any better than that? That's
hey, man, you gotta just go with it, like let the flow, you know. You gotta have fun. If you ain't having fun, then it's not real.
Man, I gotta add, like I told you about this beforehand. Like, what was up with this one, man? With the dyed blonde beard. What was that?
So if you notice, I usually have long hair, and I'm actually growing my hair back out. Like I'll probably be able to braid it up for the fight again. I'll show you here. So I'll probably all look crazy here, but I usually have long hair. And let me put these back on. Can't hear me, huh? I just took the took the mic off. You probably wouldn't even be able to hear me. What I'm saying is, I'm growing the hair back out. My mother actually is diagnosed, and she's treating chemotherapy, breast cancer spread to her spine. For that particular fight, I was trying to be bald, kind of like bleach everything down and turn it back like the clock a little bit, you know. That was more of a dedication. I stepped up in experience, class, weight. The Ultimate Fighter contender there, Leo Bashir. At the time, he was ranked number 4 in the world at 205. I'm not making any excuses. I am not at all. I didn't get to bring my A team, my family with me. It was a little more of a psychological thing. I hate flying. I was a little bit fatter than I'm usually this. I got those excuses for me. I don't have those for you guys. Like, don't you dare. None of you take any of the bullshit that's in my head, my heart, my thing. It's all for me. It's me versus me. But this is 185 pounds. I am undefeated at 185 pounds. I'm so excited to be given another opportunity to go on and showcase and perform for myself. I've been working hard. I want to show the elevation and the difference in bare knuckle to MMA, to boxing. There's a lot of guys that can transition over to bare knuckle from boxing and have a great career. There's a lot of guys that can do the same from MMA, but they're not the same. And you got to get baptized into this, man. You got to get baptized into this and feel it.
Now, you're just talking about that. I got to ask you, did you also, who's seen making his BKFC debut coming up, right? On that Texas card, Andre Arlovsky is going to be.
Oh, yeah, dude, the pit bull, man. Dude, I just watched him on that last Dirty Boxing thing, dude. What, dude? I'm telling you, the pit bull was probably my favorite fighter growing up, dude. Him or like Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice, really. But, yo, that's insanity that you got Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky fighting in BKFC. It is such a dream world, man, that I'm living in, man. I fight in the same promotion as Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. Not fanboying, but that's pretty fucking cool, man. That's pretty fucking cool.
Dude, I remember the fight him and Anthony Rumble Johnson had at World Series of Fighting 2 when he broke his jaw and fought 3 more rounds with a broken jaw.
Insanity, bro.
Insanely tough,
bro. He's fought in so many weight classes and fought pretty much fucking everybody.
Yeah, man. Andre Arlovsky.
He's a monster.
Yeah, one of the early day heavyweight monsters that the UFC had. Not I would say
him and Tim Silva, right?
So he that was his first world titles, was beating
Was that before? That was like right before Randy Couture?
Yeah. I think what happened was that Andre, I don't know if there was a contract dispute or something was going on, and then they stripped Andre of the title. Then when they made the title fight, that was the Tim Sylvia Randy Couture fight when Randy won the heavyweight title and beat Tim Sylvia for it. So that was an interesting time to be following the UFC. It was kind of what was laying the groundwork of what was going to be the future of that promotion, and it launched the Ultimate Fighter and all that other things happened.
I think I'm not a huge Ultimate Fighter fan. Like, I know that there's like everybody lives and dies by Ultimate Fighter, man. Like, that's like
about
thing.
That 5 years ago, brother.
I don't know, man. I remember Forrest Griffin won, right? Wasn't that it?
Yeah. Basically,
what?
That first season was Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner had that big fight, and that's what really kind of blew the UFC up because it was free on Fight TV.
I watched that fight, the weigh-ins that I fought Merck in Miami, Marcus Suarez.
Yeah.
You know why? You want to know why I watched that fight?
Why is that?
Because that was Prospect Series 1. Never happened before. I was on Prospect Series 1. I won on Prospect Series 1. It can never happen, can never repeat, can never go back. That's why I thought if I could just replicate some greatness, some fast tempo, some crazy shit, and that they did, man. They did their thing, man. I remember after my fight, everybody came up to me, and it was obviously I'm in enemy territory, straight. But I'm a humble dude. I'm screaming New York, but at the same time, I'm giving Marcus a hug and shit. It's obviously a very emotional moment. I've stood on the other side of it, and everything is took a picture with every person after. I remember Tyler Goodjohn coming up to at both of us after taking a picture. I think he took a picture with us, I believe, but he's like, hey, way to go, mates, way to go, and just kind of gave us that look, and I was like, oh shit, you know what? We're fucking here. We're here. We're fucking here, man. It's definitely a wild animal and a wild responsibility to be in such a large promotion. If you can do it responsibly and handle yourself as an adult and a professional, and you just continuously work to better yourself and your career, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is a phenomenal place to be, man. It's it treats me really well. It enabled me to buy property. It enabled me to do a lot of crazy things, man. I don't know if anybody knows this, man. I live on it, man. I live off grid. I do it, man. I am what I say I am. I recycle to the T, man, and I mean to the T. Every shred of plastic, anything that could be burned or reusable, I reuse it, man. I plant potatoes, tomatoes, a little greenery, a little different herbs, some things like that. But it's a beautiful place here, man. I got chickens, and I've never, for the last year, I haven't had to buy eggs, man. I haven't had to buy eggs, man. My family, dude, right in time, right? Right in time. I tell you,
my friend.
It's been 3 days, and I didn't check my haul, and we just went in, and my wife and I just pulled out 38 eggs. In 3 days.
It'll be a good week for that, right?
I mean, when I go out, I'm gonna wind up bringing some to my father-in-law, bringing some to some people, a couple dozen here. Obviously because they just keep laying and laying. There's so many. We have so much. We're so plentiful, man. We got deer. For days. Meat freezer. That's kind of just how we do, man.
Yeah, man. How do you how do you go about storing that? You just said you got 38 eggs, so how do you go about keeping that fresh so you can actually eat it?
So as many people don't know, you are not supposed to refrigerate eggs. I want you to know that. You are not supposed to actually the eggs that you get to the supermarket, go ahead and refrigerate them. They wash them, they clean them, they take off this protective mucus membrane that is actually over top of the shell that the hens leave on it. They're actually supposed to be kept at room temperature. Keep them in a cool room temperature, but that's how you're supposed to store them. A lot of beef, I salt my beef, man. I pickle my chicken. Let's see. There's a lot of we tap our trees for maple syrup. Let's see. We make our own jams. There's a lot of things. I have an Amish neighbor that helps me out with some of the things that I may not be familiar with myself. So, I'm like I said, we're blessed, man. I don't. There's nothing that I want more in my life. Everything comes. Like everything that I get right now, I just build on. I just build on up on whatever I have. Um, I don't know, man. Like everything, I'm fulfilled, man. I'm fulfilled, and I'm happy to be on this other side. I wasn't always this way, man. I definitely went through a dark path, and I'm sure that we all have. And I have no problem sharing anything in my story. If it helps anybody else, man. I went to a dark place. My wife, she saved my life. I think I saved her life a little bit too. Something beautiful happened. I went to prison. I was a wild man. I used to rob people, tie motherfuckers up, and be all crazy, man, running the streets. You know, I needed that timeout. I needed a way to slow the brakes, man. You know,
Yeah, a lot
I
of
don't
us
I don't
sometimes
know.
we don't get the opportunity to have life humble us in a way where we can bounce back. Some people just continue to go down that dark path, like you were sitting saying, and then you also get those people find a way to redeem themselves and live a better life, be a better person, be a better dad, etc.
Well, I that's what it was. Like I didn't have any. I did have one child. I didn't know actually about her until later in life. But I have four children with my wife. Once I had gotten married, I had gotten out of prison. I did vow change my life. I actually owe it. My wife. We had gotten a dog, and I said it's all downhill from there. We had a little Chihuahua, and we've had her ever since. Like I want to say 8, 9, almost 9 years now, and we just kept building on top of her, and now I'm blessed enough to have four children with my wife. I have another older daughter that I also love very much, and I connect with as much and as often as possible. In New York State, I do as much as I can for the people, that I love, and I make sure that they know that I'm present and that I love them, and I'm here for them. Like life is so short, and if I'm out doing crazy things, like I'm not going to be here for the people that need me the most. But we always people think that violence is a bad thing. Violence in itself and in its nature isn't a bad thing. Unchecked and uncontrolled and misguided violence. That's what's the problem. You know. But you know protection we all need to like have like we know what's good, we know what's wrong, and we know what's just in our like we have moral compasses inside of our body. We all do. Like even people that do bad things, they know what's right and wrong, man. You do right by yourself, and the energy will always come back to you, man. You do right by yours, it'll always come back to you. Don't open, these doors of temptation. I don't drink. I do partake in the herb. I don't do any other drugs. I don't do any other things. I just I meditate. I reflect. Life is life, man. I try to live as much of the daylight as I can.
Yeah, I never really was a big drinker. I mean, like when I was younger, I would drink with my friends. I would always be like the designated driver because I would just have a drink or two. But that was because my dad was a freaking raging alcoholic. He abused my mother and things like
Yeah.
that. He got arrested, sent to jail, all this. I didn't really see him after the time I was 5 or 6 years old. So I was 20, 21. So yeah, we
Well,
all have the darkness that surrounds our lives too. So
I didn't have a position where I said that like I needed to do AA or something of those nature, but I said that I needed to cut dice from all mind altering substances that can change my ability to uh, consciously think on my own, like
I
actually
know
be
exactly
able to articulate and be in control of my own faculties. Anything that inebriates me doesn't make me, think that it's a good thing.
Yeah. I got 2 more questions before we get ready to wrap this up.
Yeah, rock and roll. I know I drone on, man. I could go on.
I typically I've had interviews go 2 hours before, man. It's not hard to just watch. Like I'm like, oh, we're already.
Yeah, dude, I'm having fun. You're easy to talk to. Thank you for having me on, Steven. It's awesome.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, man. So the last 2 I wanted to give you, one's the silly one, one's the combat sports one. Now, obviously, we're talking about nature and things like that. What are your thoughts on all this nonsense that's running around social media about the gorilla versus 100-man?
How did I know that like this was gonna? Dude, I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan, man. Dude, I think that's one of the coolest franchises out. I know there's like this weird like undertones like to it. I don't see it that way. I try to like look at it through a filtered like kind of like childlike lens. Like I don't see it as like the over the top as everybody else does. I can definitely, when people point it out to me, the stereotypes, but I look at it like that, man. Like strength, I think, man, I think life always finds a way. So being an animal could be outsmarted and subdued by 100 men. You know, like it doesn't say like, you know, that these men are unarmed, does it? Is it unarmed?
No, see that I think that's what they've already said. Just 100 regular guys. They're not, you know, not super athletes, not just 100 random, you know, Daves and Frank.
But I guess the question is, are they unarmed?
No, see, I think they're not.
Do they have?
I have a problem.
They don't. They're. I say that, you know, that, all right, so who would win, 100 toddlers or a grown ass man?
that grown ass man would have to have absolutely no content.
Exactly. That's sick. Oh my God. All right. So who would win in these things? I don't know. A gorilla's got what, 600 pounds?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you got like a silverback gorilla, like listen, he's like at least the first like 20 guys, he's planting them into the ground.
He's ripping their limbs off. He's or they, you know what they do is they grab your genitals and they rip that. Like a lot of those you know, those like orangutans and stuff like that. They'll grab genitals and rip them off. I don't know if you know, that's a gorilla thing. But I think it's a primate thing.
Yeah,
not only will they, I don't think he'll just like squeeze you and beat you. He's gonna bite you and rip you too.
Yeah, that's what I think. But here's the other thing. We talk about psychologically. Like, there's at least a good 10, 15, 20 guys after they see more than a handful of their fellow men get ripped apart. Like, I'm good. I'm done. See you.
Right.
And I think that's the other.
But what if there's no way out? What if all right? So let's amp it up a little bit more. Let's amp it up. We're in the echelons of the Roman cathedral in the timeless of time before times. You know, like it's in some fucking middle realm shit, right? And now we actually have to like do this. These 100 men aren't leaving until that gorilla dies or they all die. Now what happens? Do they just tuck tail and wait for their immediate immediate death?
Runs through a silverback gorilla. He ain't gonna get tired running through 100 things.
What if it was 100 Steven Seagals?
Well, then the gorilla absolutely wins. Steven Seagal. Now we had like 100 Steven Whites or 100 Chuck Norris's or something like that.
Wait a minute. You're telling me a Steven with another Steven doesn't believe that Steven is the greatest martial arts practitioner in the world?
He's a fraud. Come on. I love his movie. He's a fraud.
Okay. Michael Jai White.
See, that's that there. Then we have a problem. That dude, one, he knows points, angles, things like that. He's martial art, sound, IQ, things of that nature. I don't know if you see, like they did a movie together, and they were trying to get like Steven Seagal, and he wouldn't do it because of how
I didn't know
he is. He's like, listen, I'm not gonna do that to him.
Was it like Expendables or some shit?
I forget what movie it was, but like they had interviewed White about this, and he was like, "I'm not gonna do that." if Steven gets out of pocket and starts acting like a jackass, I'm gonna do what I got to do as a man. But if he's not gonna step over this line, then I'm not gonna step over that line too. Michael Jihad White is a true martial artist. I think he's one of the more underestimated ones because he's been in acting so long of that nature. Like he's one of these guys I think doesn't get like talk about Steve Seagal in the light that we should be talking about Michael Jihad White.
For sure. So I'm glad. I was just taking a rib while I brought him in.
I know.
But yeah. So what I'd like to say, like, just because I don't know, and maybe I could be wrong. Like, I don't know that is Michael Jihad White. Has he actually competed? Has he competed, or is he?
Did actual martial arts competitions? But
so I think he might be one of martial arts practitioner for sure. So what I say to everyone, and yes, sure, great. You could always hit the bag, and we're all the men hitting the bag, standing in front of the bag. And I've seen the trick where he'll kick it and he'll push it across there and do his thing. Like, Michael Jai White is the dude. But think about when somebody hits you back. Can you still perform that?
I think
Benson Henderson.
There was a named martial artist that is active today that we would put in a combat sports fight. He's the first one I would pick.
Did you hear the old time rumor about him and Joe Rogan supposed to?
Yeah,
was it
almost a thing. And listen, I know a lot of people love Joe. And I love Joe too. I when a couple times he came down to the Healing Club down here in Philadelphia, I met him. Awesome dude. I remember being there and no one wanted to talk to Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz just in the corner. There's a big line of autographs with Joe. No one's talking to Joey Diaz. I'm like, what is going on here? Joey's freaking awesome. That's getting away from it. I think Mike
He's wild. Joey Diaz is wild, man.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid watching.
One dude that's in your group that has no filter. No matter what you're talking about, what situation. Like, he's the dude that. Joey, stop. Please. Joey's alive, Mike. What are you doing? Now we're talking about stuff like this. I don't know. Again, I don't know if you've seen this or did not see it. We all know the Jake Paul situation. Rampage Jackson has officially called him out. He's sick of seeing him disrespect the MMA world and everything like that.
Okay, so I'll ask you right now: is it going to be MMA or boxing?
Well, it's definitely going to be boxing because Rampage.
So I hate to spoil anyone's wet dream, but if it's boxing, I got Jake Paul because money buys everything. Everything.
But here's my thing: I cannot give Jake any respect. I can't. So he fights boxers, actual pro boxers, his age and his weight class. What he's doing, I can't.
No, I get it. No, I get it. Like, he's a hustler. He's a hustler, pulling guys up that fight at fucking 170 and having them fucking beat a heavyweight, man. He's a hustler, dude. I've made a career having to jump up in weight and fight bigger guys, dude. So I get it. Like, it's wild, man. But like, he's the guy that I'm labeling to you. That's the Mr. Oh, I'm 10-0. I'm 12-0. But like, you're really not. But you're not fucking with that dude. That's really that 2-7, because that 2-7 has ripped and roared through every fucking killer in the division, and you're over here like playing showboat search on somebody else, not even on your weight, not in your sport or your weight, and you're trying to take legacy points off them. That's such a loaded word in itself, legacy. Like, it's not, you're not erasing anything that this person does, but like the notoriety of the faces that he brings in to stand across from him just makes his profile bigger.
That's the right word, brother. Legacy points. He's trying to build his star off the back of what all these guys did in their sport. I agree with that. And the same thing is going on.
Right, you show their face.
The same thing's going on with
exactly
the Chavez Jr. fight too.
Who's that?
Now he's fighting Julio Cesar Chavez's son, Jr. So they're doing the same thing with this next fight too.
He's fighting Julio Cesar Chavez's son.
Yeah.
And what's his weight? What's does he usually fight at?
Fight. He's making him go up.
What does he usually fight at? Like 165 or some shit?
I think you're right. I think it's either 65 or 75. One of the two. Walks around like
that's crazy, man. That's just crazy. You know, he's gonna keep fucking playing the game, and somebody's gonna push the button, man. Someone's gonna get there. Someone's gonna get to him, and then it's just gonna be the bubble's gonna pop.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But you know,
I don't think
it'll be a bigger pop when it'll be a bigger pop than when the Undertaker lost at WrestleMania.
Is that your first love?
You know what I mean, man?
For wrestling?
Dude, that was my childhood love. I like to take personality of pro wrestling and bring it into bare knuckle because I think it brings that whimsical childlike you know, to it, man. And bare knuckle's for everyone, man. Bare knuckle is for everyone. And I firmly believe if you look at a lot of our athletes, like the Zach Kalmus, like you know, the Cowboy, the characters that are built within it, it is a juggernaut. There's very much so a character-driven league. You know, it's just real. It's just real. Everything that happens in BKFC is real when they get in there. It's not, you know, staged, you know, performance.
Yeah,
the outside is still fun. You know,
yeah.
You want to hear why? If it wasn't, then why the heck do we have the King of Violence's titles and you know, the other crazy, you know? Hey, this is
they made that title for Mike Perry. Don't get me started with that, man. Mike Perry is.
Well, you know, it's funny. Mike Perry's in my ranking. I don't know if you know that. Mike Perry is number 7 on it. Right now I'm number 16. And number 1 is actually still, I think, Jami. And then Josh Dyer is under him. Mike Richmond's number 3. Jared Warren, number 4. Like, dude, number 5. I want to, is it still Joe? Action Jackson. Dude, I know I'm on my shit right now, dude. Like, I don't care about anything else other than those guys on that list. I study them, I watch them, I breathe them, I live them. I'm like, hey, dude, you're right before me, man. You're right before me, and you're about to be right behind me. Dude, I see the guys right on the heels. Like, I was supposed to fight Mike Jones in Salt Lake City. He just got a fucking sweet victory over Bam Bam. You know, that's crazy, man. I just think like the whole everything that turns out, man. I'm in the thick of it, man. I'm right in and I find myself right in the middle, and I need to get up the ladder. And you know, this guy right here, he's coming in. I don't feel it's gonna put me over the ladder. I feel like might give me a flash highlight in this fight, but I don't think it's gonna push me up or down on the ladder or anything. It'll give me another win on it. I think.
Good.
He's an unranked gentleman, but like losing to him could definitely put me on a trajectory. So that's not something I'm projecting into the atmosphere. What I'm saying is it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm having fun, man. At one point in time, when after my fight, I was number 8 in the world, man. And right now, I find myself to be number 16th in the United States. That's still pretty freaking incredible, you know, in a world of gladiators. I'm going to keep climbing my ladder. I'm going to keep taking my humble pie right now. But I'm hungry, and come fight day, like, it's not a game. Like, I'm not playing any character when I'm in there. I'm playing a character on the outside. I'm playing a character to try to, like, you know, people engage. I'm not a social media guy. Like, I'm not like an internet celebrity type guy. I'm nothing like that. I'm just something completely different. I'm having a good time with this platform and the space that I'm given, man. This is professional wrestling at its peak and at its core. It's just real. So if that answers your question a little bit, bare knuckle is my crew to goal. That's my heart. Bare knuckle is BKFC, not just bare knuckle. BKFC is my heart. I am a loyalist. I am a purist to them. I train to the T. 2 minutes, clinch, rip, bang. Like I strategically go. I don't look at the other side. I'm not opening the door. I'm married to BKFC. I'm not looking at any of the other promotions. They don't mean nothing to me. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I'm at the top of the mountain.
I love it, brother.
That's what I feel.
Love the energy. Been a great talk. What I typically do here is kind of throw the microphone over to you, my friend. You and your training partners, teammates. Shoot out what social media sites you are on, so people can follow up what's going on with you. Any sponsors you might have, any message you have for the fans at all. Time is yours.
I mean, let's start with that. I'll say with any message for the fans. Yo, I'm Drew Hardbody Nolen. I've won on the big stage. I'm going back to the big stage, Mohegan Sun, and I'm ready to take it all. If I can, anyone can. This fight game is a game of mental, physical, and spiritual. If you can align all yourself, become present, and become relevant, and know that you're capable and know that you're worth it, you can do it too, man. I don't care who you are. I really don't. Like, don't make any excuses for yourself. Don't put you down. Everything you speak into the existence about yourself is forming your reality. So don't come down on yourself. Always talk yourself up. As for sponsors, I gotta shout out Pete's Auto. That's always been with me, for a decade now. Can you imagine? Like, I haven't had some things a decade. Pete's Auto in Schenectady has been with me. Rush Davenant. I have Gruden's Auto Body Shop, Jaeger Concrete Services, Hubble Enterprises. Let's keep. I have so many individual sponsors. BKFC, fans page. They look out. Let's see. Team Blaze Wallace looks out. I have my custom shorts. STK, Stop the Killing. Terry, she is awesome. Every one of my fights, she always makes my shorts custom, and she always does such a good job. I'm so grateful and so blessed to have somebody local and United States side, located right in Buffalo, New York. She makes some of the greatest boxing MMA gear out there. She always makes me stand out. She always makes me look good, and she always makes me feel confident in the gear that she provides for me. I want to say I got Turp House Farms. I have who else? I have so many. I get put on the spot, and it's like I become like a all squirrely here. Let me keep going and try to slow it down, and I'll think about it a little bit more. I'll have the places I train out of, Kuhn MMA. I had Significant Striking. I went through there. Team Hurt 'em Bad, Buffalo, all those guys, and the guys that I've been getting the rounds with. Thank you so much. You guys are tremendous to me. My wife that does all of the editing and all of the anything that's video related. Creations Under the Sea are created by my wife Ashley. She is a big component, and she's complete. Because she's me, man. You might even be messenger at sometimes, and you might think it's me. Like she's the other embodiment of me. I think that everybody needs a partner to get through with life, and I am so lucky and blessed to have my best friend by my side. I couldn't do anything without her, without my children, without the positive vibrations. I have so many supporters, friends, families. You guys reaching out to me. If you guys wanted to get tickets, I have a link on my site. Anybody that's my friend already, you obviously know that on Facebook I go by Andrew Emery Adam, and then on Instagram I go by Drew Hardbody Nolen. And if you know me, you know that my full name is Andrew Emery Adam Nolen. My fight name is Hardbody. It's just a little bit of sleight of hand, so it's a little bit more difficult to find me on the Facebook. If you guys wanted to come on, follow me. If you don't, that's cool too. I am wishing everyone positive vibrations, dude. Always sending good energy, man. You just if you want it, man, go get it. It's as simple as that, man. I appreciate you, Steven, for giving me a platform here, man, and letting me talk. And I've been going on for a little bit. BKFC, let's shout out CNC Management, Carlos, coming through, always landing the deal, getting us inked up. and ready to rock and roll. I appreciate my opponent, his camp, everybody over there that's preparing him and getting him ready to, face me. Thank you guys. I wish you guys a safe passage to me. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's fucking rock and roll, man. Here we are. This is what it is, man. This is what it's about. We live, we die, but we never live unless we live,
Like, that has to be the longest parting shot I had. I appreciate that one, my friend.
Dude, and I'm so disappointed because I know that I forgot probably 15 sponsors, and then probably 100 supporters. Man, I represent them on my banner.
We're always gonna forget your family. Get off your. Oh, could I forgot that one?
I know, and to all of you, Two Piece Promotions. They it's a promotion here in Michigan. They sponsor me. They look out for me. Sitting Ringside Podcast. Roberto Villa, the gentleman over there. Rudy Lara. Obviously, yourself, Steven. Like, thank you, for featuring me right now. Like, I'm humbled, man. Like, it takes a village to create everybody, and I think that everybody needs to understand that it's not just myself, it's not just my opponent that leads in to make it such an important event. It's everybody leading up, it's everybody tuning in, it's everybody bringing the energy that they bring. So, I know that everyone's in there with us, man, and with me, man, and hey, if you guys want to watch, man, it's on the BKFC app, Mohegan Sun. It'll be June 14th as well. They're running the first ever BKFC Ice Horse here over in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, man. But a lot of good things are happening right now, man. And I was here to tell you that mine's going to be one of the most exciting affairs of June 14th. So you're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to pack up the gang, and you're going to want to come out to the Mohegan Sun. Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah, it's hard body. It's time to run. It's time for it's number 2, 185, and I'm going to leave you, Joey Black and Blue. Oh, yeah. It's true. It's true. Woo! Sometimes you don't off. Sometimes you have to with it.
This evening, Andrew. I definitely going to say this, man. We definitely got to have you back on here at some point to catch back up.
Absolutely.
Talk some combat sports and just enjoy the conversation as always. Best of skill for you on the 14th. Hopefully you get your hand
Thank
raised,
you, sir.
working your way back up that ladder, get back in the top 10 there, and start knocking some of the names off that are on your list. And,
I would like to say I don't hate anybody. Just one last guy. I feel like I just swing his name in there. After this, I'm going to talk about him anyways. The only one that's kind of like a dick in the sport that's not really in the brotherly commodity and over it, fucking Captain Dorkpool, Jared Warren, man. I would love to have a run at him next. Just want to throw that one out there.
I think you're not the only one that feels that way. I mean, current champion Joshua Dyers is another one of those guys that doesn't have a nice to say about.
Yeah, but Josh doesn't need to be calling anybody out. Just relax, Josh. Sit down. You're having a good time. Wait till they come to you.
Funny that Mike Perry called him out, and now
dude, Mike
trying to get him
personally
weird.
There's two things that could happen right now that makes sense. I mean, I guess they can make the accreditation to say Jared could go in there after that win. I don't know, man. I don't think it's fair. I think that you should absolutely look over at Jami's direction and see him start fighting Josh. I think that's the fight that needs to happen before anything else. And then maybe Jay Jackson and Jared go, or Jared could just wait till I'm done and I could play with him, But I think that there's a lot of things on the board right now that are super excited. I think most of us would be really disappointed if Jared was the next one up to fight Josh again. I think that's kind of that's counterintuitive. So it's kind of taking a piss in our faces.
Yeah, I mean, I get why the promotion might want to do that just because of the history between Josh and Jared. I get that. Let them earn it. Don't just go.
I say you put Jami and Josh on at a Hollywood card, and you can main event that, and anybody's gonna be excited about that. Anyone.
I agree. I don't want to see Mike Perry come to 185. I know that.
Listen, hey, dude, Mikey, you want to come to 185? Come meet me, man. Hey, dude, just pay me that Mike Perry money, bro. Isn't that what we're all trying to talk about right now? Somebody pay us Mike Perry money.
Now, here's the thing: if you had that fight, would you try to take the King of Violence title, or would you regular 185 fight?
Dude, honestly, right after this, it's going to be comical but gimmickle at the same time. I'm right now declaring myself. It doesn't even matter. I'm America's champion right now. You know how they have UK titles and world titles. Right now, I'm the American champion. That's how I'm looking at this. Like, if this guy beats me, then I'll give him the nominance of being the American champion. But instead, I'll make a fucking cardboard title, walk around to every fucking pay-per-view with like little duct tape fucking American flags to the side of it and a sticker of BKFC telling everybody that I'm the American champion. Come at me, bro. Like. This is fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be free spirit. And I am America's champion, man. Like, I'm everybody. I'm everyday man, dude. Like, so America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's what I think titles are, to me, they're props. They're props. They're props to make us prop up and look this. As long as I fight the guys that they say are the best that are on the world title stage, and I am putting my best performance in front of me and finishing these gentlemen, then I put myself on. Beating a world champion, a former world champion, just like Jared Warren, is just as good as winning a title to me. That type of situation. So that's kind of like why I would like that. But nothing would make me feel better, and the title is great. It's great. And I know that a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, Drew, why do you say this? But it doesn't mean jack diddly shit to me. And if it did mean anything to anybody, it's more of like, just the top guys are fighting for the card, fighting on the card, and the top guys are fighting for this. But a title is a former enunciation, not a belt, you know. And I think that like we've gotten into that whole like other thing, you know. But vanity isn't on my radar, but comedy is, and I'm gonna have fun with it, man.
I'm looking forward to you having fun with it, my friend. Best of skill for you. And
thank you again.
Please make a cardboard belt and start walking around the event. That would be absolutely.
They'll eat it up. They'll eat it up. I'll rip the cardboard belt up at weigh-ins and throw it out. I don't know. Maybe slather it with bologna and then ask him if he wants to smell it. I don't even know, man. You got to do something out of pocket,
Oh, man.
Like this dude. If you're not a character, you're not engaging with them, and you gotta be a character. You gotta love to have fun, man. But you gotta go in there, you gotta kick ass, put a fucking performance on. But around that, it's gotta be fun. It's gotta be relatable. Everyone's gotta have a good time, and that's what I'm here for, man. To make sure that everyone's gonna have a good time. Like, and then when I get in there, I'm gonna make an exclamation. That's it. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm kind of in.
It was a fun interview, brother.
Hey, cool, man. Hey, that's yeah, dude. I'm always game, man. Maybe we'll do it like one more time before the fight comes up, if that's cool.
We can work out something, man.
Yeah.
We can squeeze in here, have some fun, talk a little bit more nonsense, and.
I see you've done the panel before too, right?
I try to get like I used to try to like put as many on one episode that I could, but then like I would always have guys cancel, and then so what I typically been doing.
I know.
Breaking it up. Well, no, I was supposed to talk to Cameron Prudy for the ice fight that he had canceled on me this afternoon. Like, hey, Tuesday. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. No big deal. Whatever happened came up. Whatever you can't make it, that's fine. But I try to talk to a little bit of everybody. I used to try to do the panel thing, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Only once I was able to get guys that were fighting each other on the same interview at the same time.
And you know what? Joe said he would definitely go on one of these with me.
Reach out to him. We'll do that one.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see what he. Let me see.
Reach out to him.
Do you have his?
Make that happen.
Let me send his information to you. You could reach out to him to even like have it kind of like being a neutral type of. Yeah, man. But that could be something, you know. Like. Yeah, dude. Like, dude. I think that everybody that ever has followed me knows that I show nothing but love, but I'm always going to be taking little ribs and doing my thing because we got to keep it rolling, man. We got to keep people engaged and have fun, man. Have fun with it.
I don't think we could have.
Thank you again.
Say this was a fun reel in the rare, and you know you brought the reel in the rare to us this evening, my friend. Definitely looking forward to that. Keep in touch, and we'll see if we can get you and your opponent on here before the 14th, and have a genuine conversation.
Let's go. All right.
Other than
Thank
that,
you
Drew,
again,
a pleasure. We'll stay in touch, and let's keep having fun. I guess Ragnar is done yelping at you now. Now he's like, all right, he's not paying.
Yeah. He's all tuckered out now, man. He's all tuckered out. He's at it. Like we both like, you know, let the wind out of the energy. Now it gets you know, nap time, right? I still got to put my evening rounds in, so you know.
Well, get your rounds in.
I will.
Be safe, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk more in the future.
All right. Hey, have a great night. Thank you for having me.
Of course, my friend. You have a good one. All right, everyone. That was the one and only Andrew Nolen. How could you not enjoy that interview from the hard body? Brought a little pro wrestling feel to it. We talked a little life, talked a little combat sports. You couldn't ask for a better hour and a half conversation from one of our BKFC athletes. And guys, make sure you are tuned in, locked in, and make sure you're showing the athletes love from, you know, if from the March 6th card to his event to Texas and everything in between. It's going to be a crazy month of June for the BKFC athletes and what Bare Knuckle is doing. Other than that, this is another episode of the Real and the Rare. I'm Stephen Rochelle. We will be back this week for Ice Wars, and Cameron Purdy's going to be joining us. Hopefully, we can get one or two more of the Ice War athletes on here as well, talking some ice fights. And other than that, another fun episode in the books. I will be back this week. Multiple episodes of football between Inside the Pigskin and the Fan in the End with me and Ben Troop. So, guys, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button for us here at the South Florida Tribune Media Network. And we will see you guys this week. Have fun, guys. Peace out.